Good morning and welcome to this week's Positive Recovery with Corinna, being made for www.sobertownpodcast.com, where there is lots of great stuff for you to go and look at, and also my YouTube channel, Positive Living with Corinna. So I'm about to dig in my jar and have a little look and see what we have this week. Oh gosh, it's a long one. Gratitude. Excuse me, my voice has gone. Gratitude. And they've also written that so many things to be grateful for, no matter our state or status in life. List them, write them down if you can, remember them all. Keep adding to the list. Gratitude is your attitude to everything and everyone. Yeah, I really like that. That's so true, isn't it? There is so much to be grateful for. But unfortunately, in this crazy world of ours, we're very often looking at all the bad stuff, all the stuff that goes wrong, all the horrible stuff, and forgetting that everything happens for a reason. It's all in the cycle of life, isn't it? And, you know, things are lessons, they're learning lessons. As long as we learn from the things that happen, then that is what is important. Because everything really does happen for a reason, even death, because we are born and we die. That is the cycle of life, and that is how things go, whether we like that or not. That is the reality that we're faced with every day. And being thankful for something is that we can thank people. We can say, thank you for doing that. We don't thank people continually all the time, but we can be grateful all the time, and we can show gratitude all the time. I am really grateful for my I Am Sober community and the Sober Town podcast community, because they've really helped me to get where I am in my sober journey today. And if you haven't already got a community, then please go get yourself one, because it's so good to walk with people who have trodden our path. And in the communities, nobody's ahead of you, nobody's behind you. We just all walk hand in hand. But who better than to get experience from, and advice from, and support from, than those people that have been through it themselves. And I will be forever grateful for the people who have supported me on my journey and who continue to support me on my journey. And that includes the people that will come in at day zero, because we all have something to learn. We all have something to offer everybody. And it is just great to be grateful for that, and to show our gratitude to others. So and a lot of people do a gratitude journal, and that can be listing just 3 things every day that you are grateful for. And for many years, when I was working in mental health nursing, I would encourage people, because a lot of people journal and keep diaries, and writing is really good. Getting it all out of our head and out of our brain and out of our heart and out of our mind is really good. It really frees up some space. It can be an incredible thing to do. But it's really important to remember the things that we are grateful for, because very often we journal about the stuff that's not so good. And I used to give a challenge to my patients and say, look, each day, just think of at least one thing to be grateful for today. It could be that you got out of bed. It could be that you had a shower. It could be that you climbed Mount Everest. Who knows? It doesn't really matter. There is something to be grateful for. It could be that the sun is shining and making our mood better. It could be that it's raining and it saved me having to water my plants. There is always something there. There's always something hidden. But we just have to dig and find it sometimes, and try and start turning things around and be grateful for everything that happens within our life. And I really love this bit that's on the end, which says gratitude is your attitude to everything and everyone. And it really is, isn't it? It's about how we perceive things, and our minds and our egos are always in competition with each other, with other people. I mean, our egos are in competition with our id, our part of us that I want it and I want it now, the childlike bit of us, and our super ego that is really rational and trying to keep us in with our moral compass and everything. And our ego is who we are, and our ego is that part of us that wants to also keep up with the Joneses and be in competition and be the best and keep up with everything. So even our ego, our id and our super ego are going into battle with each other, and then they make us go into battle with other people as well. And if we go in with that attitude, then we set ourselves up to be miserable, really. As many of you know, my key word and my key thing is acceptance. Acceptance is absolutely key. If we can accept things as it is, then everything will be fine. When we resist it, it just makes us really upset, really angry, really frustrated. And it's about staying in our hula hoop, isn't it? I've decided that I like my arm spans more. It gives me a better area of control. So, if you lift your arms up to your shoulder height, twist around from the waist, that's your area of control. Or imagine standing or sitting in a hula hoop. That is your area of control. Everything that happens outside of there, well, there's nothing we can do about that. Only our response and our attitude to it. And I'm going to be honest, I've had so much stuff going on in the last month or so and my ego has wanted to go into battle, and I have had to drag it back into my hula hoop, and I've had to nail it back down to the floor, and at times use super glue too, because it really wants to go out there and do battle. But I am grateful for the fact that I remember my hula hoop, and that I can laugh and smile now about me being able to drag it back in. I am grateful for the fact that getting sober, I have learnt so much from so many amazing people, from Quitlit, from podcasts, from my sober community. And that's something that I will be eternally grateful for. I have real gratitude for everybody in my life now. Even the people that give me a struggle at times, I see it as an opportunity to learn something. Because it's about changing our attitude. It's changing my attitude. We can't change or control other people, only our own. And if we can just come from a place of compassion and understanding and kindness, it can make things very, very different. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but the other week I was coming up to a roundabout, and there was a car already on the roundabout, which was his right of way, but the area he wanted to go down to was blocked. Instead of just leaving a bit of space for us in my lane to come out and go round, he blocked and held everybody up. And straight away my ego went, "You twat," or prat, I can't remember, but prat, I think it was a prat I called him, "You prat." And then I sort of caught myself, and I'm like, "No, Corinna, I'm meant to be coming from a place of compassion and understanding and kindness." And I took a deep breath. And I negotiated my way slowly around, and by the time I got level with him, I was calm and I was okay. I didn't give him an evil stare. I didn't give him a mouthful. I didn't do anything. I just breathed and strolled on by in my car. And, that made a huge difference to his day because of my attitude. I could have completely spoilt both of our days. And I'm grateful for me having a better understanding about where I'm coming from and where I want to come from, and for catching myself when I slip and step outside of that, because it is okay to do that. So as the writer here who'd written this note for me, or made this suggestion of gratitude, said about there are so many good things to be grateful for, no matter our state or status in life. And it can just be the simplest things, can't it? The absolutely simplest things. I'm grateful for my addiction. I'm grateful for my sobriety. And he suggests that you list them down, write them down if you can't remember them all, and just keep adding to the list. So just put, you can do a little gratitude list on your fridge, can't you, the things you're grateful for today. Or you can just journal each day, just get a little diary and put three seems to be the magic number in sobriety circles. Just write 3 things each day that you are grateful for. Very often our mind will come with the negative stuff, like, "Oh, it's raining," and do as I did earlier to, "Oh God, it's raining." So your attitude is everything. We can either go, "Ugh," or we can go, "Oh, it's raining. I don't have to water the plants today." It's about how we change it around. So it really is about our attitude. So just sit and have a little think about what it is you can be grateful for today. The things in your life, the people in your life, and maybe look a little bit at your values as well. What are your values in life? My values are friends and family, my sober community now, being sober. and sort of writing my book and work and giving back, they are my values at the moment. And they change. And when I think back, when I was working, when I was drinking, drinking wasn't a value, but that took up so much of my time. And took me away from all the things I really wanted to do and the people I really wanted to see. Although when I was drinking, I didn't know that. But now I'm sober. It's wow, how did I actually ever have time to drink? I really do not know, because there is just so much to do in life and so much to be grateful for. The trees outside your window, the breeze, the birds singing and flying in the sky. It really is. I was on a tube train the other day, on an underground carriage subway, depends what you call them from wherever you're listening in the world. And there was about 20 of us on there, and there was a guy slightly older than me reading a newspaper, and a lady about the same age as him reading a magazine. And then about 80% of everybody else was on their phone with their earpods in, and not making eye contact, not saying hello. And I kind of thought, well, it hit me. It made me feel sad, actually, that how many of us, the majority of us, are trying to escape our real world and live in a virtual one. And that's horrible, because there is so much to see. There is so much to be grateful for in this beautiful world of ours. But we're just too busy looking for the next best thing and looking in social media and in a virtual world. And the only sign of anything written by physical hand anywhere was the word hate daubed across the underground, like the door of the carriage, like in a graffiti style. And I thought, is that really what we've come to? And as the train filled up, I was really heartened when a lady got on opposite me, and she was reading a book, and she pulled a few funny faces to say, she was surprised by something she'd read. And she took out a pencil from her bag, and I thought she was going to start writing in the book or ring something. But then she took out, to my astonishment, and she was a lot younger than me, she's probably early 30s, she took out a notepad as well. And she sat there and started making notes. And I thought, I was hopeful. I was grateful that there is hope still, that we can be in the world that we're in. That's one thing that sobriety has really, really taught me. To be in the moment, in the world, observing it. And I don't have the fear of missing out anymore, because I do miss some things, but there's not a lot that I miss. I live in the moment, I absorb it, and I'm grateful for that. So try and come from a place of gratitude today. Try and find all the good that is around you, the stuff that you don't even know is there, because we just take it for granted. Just sit a little longer, watch a little longer, listen a little harder, feel a little more, and spread the love and the gratitude today. Thank you for listening. I'll catch you again real soon. And remember, until then, not another drop, no matter what. Bye for now.